All right, we're back for another surprise Durin show episode. And surprise, surprise, Eli's like got the whip and saying, "We got to do this, we got to do this," which is fantastic because I wasn't doing anything anyways. And we happen to have a celebrity on the show with us today. He decided to step down off of his big platform podcast and join this little small podcast, but we really appreciate it. Thanks, Richard. How you doing?
Good, good. First official invite to the Durin show. I've heard my name get brought up a couple times. So, this time, you guys can't talk behind my back. I get to respond to all your guys' criticisms and jabs. So
Oh,
glad
even
to be
better. I'll
here.
just talk to your face then.
Yeah,
That was all
yeah.
about Richard the player. We This is Richard the TO, two completely different people.
Oh yeah, yeah,
True.
yeah.
Very
Yeah, this is
true.
very true.
Yeah, I'm
No,
putting
this
on
is
my
fantastic.
wholesome face today.
Well, we really appreciate it. So the reason why we got you on is because we got a 2 day tournament coming up this weekend that you're hosting. And why don't you tell us a little bit about it? The only thing I'll spoil is this is one of the invitationals for our Masters at Clash this year. So this is going to be a minimum 90-point event for the league. Has the potential to get to 100, but I don't know if we're going to get there. But at least what's up for grabs is a Masters ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, so like Mitchell said, this is going to be the BC Open in our league in each big area. So BC, Washington, and Oregon, we each have an open. So this is potentially, I guess, like kind of the flagship BC event aside from Clash on the Coast. This is the second year being run, and yeah, I think we're growing, which is really exciting. So last year, um, I think it was a new event, new time in August, so a lot of people weren't ready for it. It was a 1 day, and I think we hit 18 or 20 players or something, but it was a good start. It was a good venue, and it was very exciting that this year the game store liked us enough to offer a 2 day, and yeah, we got up to 28 players. I'm ready to ring for like the 29 spot if needed, but yeah, I think excellent growth, and I think everyone is generally pretty happy with like the location, and yeah, the shout out to Richmond Reroll too. They had some awesome trophies and just like good prize support.
Yeah, that's
Now, do you
fantastic.
bring your Adepticon trophies with you after this tournament to display? Is that part of the Into
Uh,
the West brand?
Maybe if I was playing as like an intimidation factor, but this year, as the TO, I'm gonna be a bit more laid back.
Uh, That's fantastic. Yeah, because everybody's so shocked because Richard submitted this list, and what it's Grand Army of the South. Is that correct?
Yeah, but it's mostly Harad, and it's just fighty stuff. So it's like Suladan, half trolls,
Nice.
fatties, and yeah, it's just good fun,
It's a good fun
little
list.
yeah, exactly.
But everybody's like, how is he gonna win with this? Oh, that's fantastic. So what points level? What's the format? How did you pick
Mm.
scenarios and whatnot?
So yeah, this is 650 points. So as I said, Clash on the Coast is basically not only the biggest Canadian tournament, but basically like all of the West Coast is pretty involved. So um yeah, everyone looks forward to that, and I wanted to give people some practice coming up into Clash on the Coast in October. But I also didn't want to make it exactly the same. That is a 6 round veto, which you'll be playing through all the pools. So I figured if all the pools are going to be played, let's get crazy with it. Any sort of scenario is going to be good practice, really. So as long as the points level is the same. So 650 is the points level, which is the important thing. It's going to be 5 rounds. And what I did was I will be random rolling between two scenarios, hand selected scenarios before each round. So I think this is a good mix between veto and also random roll. So you get there's some idea of list building that goes into it. You can tailor it a little bit, but kind of like how I selected the scenarios. I want to hear how you guys, because both of you guys are attending this tournament, how you guys kind of went about like thinking of building your lists looking at these scenarios. But the way I try to do it is obviously you have to um, tailor for anti-horde. So like Lords of Battle and
Mm-hmm.
Contest of Champions are both within. So that's as much horde mitigation as you can do these days. So yeah, two attempts on different rounds that you can hit them. And I separated it as well, which is like one in game one and one in game four. So you can't just feel like if you get past the first Lords of Battle round, like a good
Mm-hmm.
50-50, and then just roll with it and just bring a pure horde, right? And the other two things I was trying to factor was like um make it both viable for elite and slow moving versus hyper mobility. So like the balance there is because I find there's a lot of armies right now that you can really skew one way or the other, and a lot of it just becomes a non-factor of a game if like one side is like just so much more mobile than the other, and then like, let's say you hit reconnoiter, right? So
Mm-hmm.
having those like skews like available there, like let's say game three, I have reconnoiter versus to the death is probably one of the most castle-y like
Mm-hmm.
scenarios. So I put the contrast of reconnoiter. So, like ideally, if you're trying to podium or do well at this event, you really have to consider like both aspects.
I think it's a great selection of scenarios, and that's some cool insight into balancing the horde versus elite.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely made an impact in why I didn't take Lothlorien
Mm-hmm.
into this tournament. So, but I definitely ignored the horde part. Bring the horde.
Bring the horde. I guess I did too, ironically. The no, I definitely felt your contrast. When I was going through like matchups and potential matchups and like scenarios and armies, and every single one, it felt like, oh, I'm either good at one or the other. There was none that I was like, oh yeah, I can do either of those. Like one I feel better about than the other for sure, even with the list I submitted. I think I can play the other lists, but I definitely have a preference, right? So I thought you did a great job with contrast each round, and also breaking it up too. Like, oh, it's not like if I can make it like you were saying to round four, I'll be okay, but it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a struggle again in round five or round six,
hmm Yeah, I think
or not six, round five.
round five is a little one that I feel like they're both like balanced and like fair scenarios, and everyone wants like a good ending, right? Like not like a
Mhm.
crazy 10-minute contest of champions game. So
Yeah.
I try to make round five two balanced scenarios. So other than that, yeah.
I don't know why you put an option there because I'm pretty sure it's always going to be Fog of War. I
Yeah.
think every single time I've ever seen Fog of War in any sort of raid, it's always Fog of War.
It's
Oh,
always
don't worry.
fog.
I did bring my rigged dice. So when I
Okay.
roll it, it's actually Fog of War. It's the
Okay,
illusion
good.
of choice.
It's a
Yeah.
dice that only has a four, five, or six just twice on it. And you can't tell because you can't see the other side. No, that's fantastic. So yeah, I love the scenario choices. I like the breakthrough. One thing I was very thankful for is that round one, because I think you do have to have some maelstroms. It's a good balance. I like that you put both maelstroms together. You didn't split it up, so we don't have a chance for two maelstroms, which I like. But I like that it also wasn't round one, which round one always seems to have the most crazy matchups versus maelstroms. Like, oh, I'm facing a double Mumak,
Mhm.
something like that, whatever happened. So I appreciated that it was round two, but not round one.
I will say one challenge, which I hope won't be an issue, is that I do have three out of four of the kill scenarios. And like personally, um, I know if there's like I don't like playing that many kill scenario pools. I just felt like it worked with the contrast of like what we're trying to do, but
Hmm.
I think it would like ideally we don't play all three.
Yeah.
Then I think if it's like maximum two, I think everyone will be okay. But if we hit all three, then it'll be a bit like, oh, like this again. So
It has potential, but like you said, in from a list building aspect, you have to respect it. So I think it does what you wanted. If we hit all three, that's the what we signed up for. But
Yeah, if
I like how much it's forcing the list building to contrast. So like you were saying.
At the end of the day, if your army can't fight, I mean,
This is
What are
why
true.
you doing
fight?
here? What are you doing here? Yeah.
This has been certified by dwarf players.
So this is kind of the breakdown here a little bit. Good versus evil, but I also separated here. You
Okay.
can so I guess you could kind of see it a little bit easier here. Um, Everything in red is evil, and then
Okay.
good is blue.
Nice. So we got three defenders of Pelennor, which is not super surprising, but still 650 is an interesting choice. Yeah, yeah. Two Arnors, two Black Gates, two Legions of Mordor, two Osgiliath, Reclamation of Osgiliath. And then after that, we have all one-offs.
hmm And a
Interesting.
pretty widespread, yeah.
Yeah, I am surprised there's only one Cause of Doom, to be honest. Um,
And it's
yeah,
not
very
even
surprised.
someone here,
I
which
know
is even
it's
more
not.
surprising.
It's not me.
No
That's
men of the
why I didn't do
West,
it. Uh,
no men
True.
of the
It would,
West, or Army of the White Hand.
oh,
yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
Or is there even a Battle Five
No
Armies?
usurpers.
No, there is, I don't think any Guai here. Here.
So no Battle of Five Armies, no Men of the West, no usurpers. That's a good shout out. That's actually very surprising, and no White Hand.
I will say traditionally it seems like aside from me playing it last year, there hasn't been a lot of white hands on the West Coast, so I'm not too surprised about that. Um, given like Articon just happened, I do think it's still very strong, but I think it's just a local meta kind of thing for white
Mm.
hand.
Yeah, I was wondering if Articon happened because the list submission for this was after we knew Articon results. I'm, I wonder if that skewed at least the reclamation of Gileath, of
Mm.
Osgiliath, and
hmm
Defenders of the Pelennor. Um, so
Yeah,
who
maybe.
knows? I'll have to ask those players.
All I'm hearing is that White Hand is not popular.
We do have a
Oh, that's fun.
Balrog though.
Yeah, there is a Belrog. It's not
Oh.
me. I promised everybody I wouldn't. I would stop playing it. It's not me who's playing the Belrog. I took something way less toxic than a Belrog.
Let's talk about your list. What'd you bring then, Mitchell?
I brought the Shire. So yeah, I I fell for it. I am the Shire. It's 58 models. I played around. I haven't played it as much as like Alisher. He is way more experienced with it than I am. But I have kind of honed in on this kind of list because I kind of like what it does for me and my play style. Because I'm still an aggressive guy. I can't just completely sit back. But I added Bilbo. That was the new one because the Ring plus Gandalf I think is kind of fun. Plus also Bilbo is kind of tanky, ironically, with two wounds and three fate, all passing on a 3+ re-rolling. So he's actually kind of tanky. But yeah, so it's 58 models, 17 bows. I maxed the Tukish Hunters. I took Farmer Maggot. I took Farmer Cotton. That's kind of the weird choice. That's because of the extra might. So I'm 9 total points of might now. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how toxic I can be with Rosie, Lobelia, Gandalf's cart, that kind of stuff.
And I believe you have the highest model count army at the event,
I think
and
so.
certainly the highest for good.
hmm
Yeah, I think you're the next closest, Eli.
Yeah, we brought the two largest model count armies.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think Army of Dunland is somewhat close, is it not?
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Yeah,
Army of
that's right.
Dunland's 43, but I brought 48.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
The average model count for the event is 34.
Oh, you did some
34.
math. I like it.
Speaking about my list, I brought the Black Gate, which has to bring the Mordor Troll Chieftain. I brought the Mouth of Sauron, which you also have to bring. And then I went for a Mordor Orc Shaman and a Mordor Orc Captain. And then pretty much tried to. I didn't quite max the bodies. I have, was at 14 Morannons with shield, and then the rest are Mordor Orcs with shields and spears scattered around. Um, I found that you could max it to a 51 with just all orcs, but I think the Morannon defense is going to win out, so I opted to try to get a around 15 for a more
Yeah.
complete battle line.
Is
Plus,
this
with
different?
all the good lists floating around you, it's a good chance you get fight for Morannons.
Yeah.
hmm Is this different than the one that you played on stream, Eli, or exact same?
Yeah, the one I played on stream is basically dropping 9 orcs for a Mordor troll, and that's what I
Hmm.
played on stream. So this is my testing out the more mass body
Yeah,
count. I mean, even
more
dropping 9 models,
competitive.
you get well that'd be 9 Morannons. Um, you still get
Mm.
40-ish models with 2 trolls.
Mm, yeah.
I like this version better. In fact, I hate how much I like this version. But it's a very good list. Yeah, 48 models. I didn't think anybody would come close to my 58, but you came close, and it terrifies me.
There's one other Blackgate player that went with a very similar route. Can't
Who was the black guy?
remember
Jordan.
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah.
They went
I think
very
he
similar.
but I think he's 43 models or something like
Yeah,
that.
so he took the Morannon orc captain
40.
with a shield,
Mm.
and he took the armored
Yeah.
horse.
Mm.
Yeah. He went
I
all
also
in.
toyed around with the orc captain, Morannon orc captain, but ultimately I just kind of view him as a chump.
Hmm.
And the Morannon orc captain is only situationally fight 5, and so you're paying like 15 points for an extra point of defense and strength, and then situational fight 5. And I figure my
Mm,
captains, I just want him to use might and then not die. So
Mm.
I think just
Very
the
nice.
more models.
yeah. I like your variant a little bit better too. Just adding in the numbers for the Black A army bonus, I think is quite key.
Mhm.
I think that's why when you played it with the Mortar Troll on stream is not optimal, right? It was very exciting, but you definitely need like as many guys as possible.
That's why I think the horse is also not quite worth it anymore. I think the
hmm
horse was worth it when you could only take Morannons, because then you'd only be losing 2 bodies to get the horse. And there were certain thresholds where you needed that for like your warband space was maxed and you couldn't get a captain. But now that you can get a Morannon and like 3 Mordor orcs is just so much more value than the mouth
Mhm.
running into a combat and then losing and
Right.
dying, which happens way too often with him. I think
Yep.
he's people underestimate him more when he's on foot as well, and he can kind of just
Mm.
survive battles, just winning you a fight on the battle line.
Yeah.
I think that's still
Or
really
just
valuable.
not tempted to be tagged every single turn. So you can still get that transfix off when you really need it. Him like hovering in the back line is way more reliable. So you can get your cast off and then throw him in.
I chose Blackgate over Lothlorien because with the mouth and a captain, you can get 2 different sources of march, and
Mm.
bearing
hmm
considering we're playing Reconnoiter, and just in general the Blackgate lacks mobility. I think having up to 4 points of might can really.
Yeah.
I like marching. I like marching. Wish I
hmm
had a drummer.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Richard, can we bounce over to the scenarios again? And then I'll kind of go through what we're thinking with our lists now that we kind of revealed them really quick. And also now that we kind of seen an overview of what lists are kind of there. So you were talking about recon, Eli. What else was going into your thought process when you were built the list?
Um, there's just a 50-50 chance on getting Contest of Champions.
Mm,
Um, and Lothlorien feel like it's really tight. You either take 2 casters or one, and either then it's a toss up between Galadriel or Kelborn, kind of your style. Um, and I just was a really tough model count wise.
it's
So I
interesting.
just, you know,
Oh, sorry. It's interesting because Nathaniel did take Lothlorien and he took the
hmm
double casters.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's super tanky. You have a great amount of control.
Hmm.
You've got bows. Yeah, he's got bows. You've got bows that can shoot. You've got a couple like fight 6. It controls a lot, but it doesn't move.
And Contest of Champions is dangerous because even
Yeah.
now you don't have to use your general, but if you have Gladriel or Celebor to choose from, it's not great.
Well,
Right.
look at both those missions for that army as well: Contest of Champions or Destroy the Supplies, and
Yeah.
you're pretty deathbally.
Yeah. Destroys
Yeah.
hard too.
I
I
think
think
you
he's
almost
just
want to play Contest.
Yeah, I think he's just he's very good with double spells. I'll say that. It's because he plays Necromancer a lot. So I think he's going to get maximum value out of those double spells, but definitely I think he's hoping for destroy the supplies over contest. So I think he's
Maybe
going to roll the dice on that, but
against if he like he has to come up against like an elite force. If it's like a
yeah.
horde or like a fast moving one, then it's going to be just a really hard pool.
Yeah.
I will
He's
say
playing
that if
defense.
the average model count is 34 and he's 33, so
Mm,
half the
Not
armies
bad.
out there are probably going to be elite and half of them will be
hmm
horde.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of not low model count armies, but I would say lower than I was expecting with the mega heroes. Because there's like the Aragorns, the Boromirs, that kind of thing. So the Belrogs.
We don't have a lot of Boromir, or we have a lot of Boromirs, but not a lot of Aragorns. Do we
Uh
just have Aragorn in the
Road to
the Road to
Rivendell.
Rivendell?
oh, is that the only one? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
because we
there's
have
no
no
Men
Men
of
of
the West.
West.
And
Um,
Defenders of Pelennor is not running Aragorn.
Oh, right,
lot of
and
Immerhills and
Defenders,
Amers.
Yeah, a lot of
Immerhills.
Immerhelms.
So good
Two
value out of the Immerhills.
Immerhelms. Yeah, two Immerhills and one Helmer.
Yeah. Okay. And then yours also Bjornings too. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, this is interesting. The thought process I kept going over the scenarios because obviously with my list I have no March and I'm 4-inch moving models. So my thought process with when I was going through all these, you'd think Lords of Battle would be like a downside, but because the Shire has you can deploy back and it has so much mitigating from the hero standpoint that I think I can mitigate the damage on Lords of Battle and Domination. Just throwing bodies at Domination, hold ground, sites of power. Maelstrom, I think, is the one I'm worried the most about because I have a couple of one drops and most of my warbands are one might heroes. So that one we'll have to see how that one goes. I'm gonna have to try to play the scenario on that one rather than the armies. For recon, yeah, all the only movement I have is the dogs. So, and anybody can defend against the dogs. So honestly, if we get recon, I'm gonna have to play defense and just go for other VPs rather than the runoff because I don't think I'm gonna be able to run off. So, um, to the death is pretty straightforward. Contest to champions, ironically, it depends on deployment because now they have the deployment thing where you could be forced to deploy back. So that's
Mhm.
why I put Lobelia and Rosie in with Gandalf's cart. So that when Gandalf is my champion, I still have three, potentially four hero shutdowns from those characters. Because I two fireworks, one will go into the champion, obviously. Gandalf, if he gets to cast magic. Lobelia gets her shut down. So that's what I was kind of thinking there. And then destroy the supplies is kind of the same thing. You fan out, you kind of drop your flower pots, you shoot. That's kind of typical. And same thing with breakthrough and fog of war. So I feel like the harder scenarios for the Shire are kind of earlier on, to be honest.
Mhm.
And then as it gets going a little bit, even though they're still contrasting, I feel like it contrasts to the list fairly well, and that it goes to what I want to do with the Shire.
Mm. So basically, for anyone listening who's also going to the tournament, is what Mitchell is saying is take them out early on day one, or else you guys are cooked.
No, 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 no. I still treat these hobbits as like they're the D7 tank dwarves that I still play. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy can tank it. I'm like, oh no, they can't.
True, true. The funny thing is, I actually think Contest of Champions is like one of the scariest like scenarios to go up against the Shire. Like if you don't have like a hero monster
hmm
as like to designate as your champion, I think it's so tough.
Yeah,
I don't because like
Lobelia
you
just
can
shuts them down.
for like three consecutive turns and then you have Gandalf's big rocket and it's just like you can't play if you're shut down for 4 or 5 turns, right? In contests.
yeah, and it's a little mean throwing in the one ring on Bilbo too. So if you leave the hero exposed too, I'll just throw Gandalf and Bilbo in there, and yeah, that's at least the thought process. I don't know if it'll actually work, but that's kind of my thought. But
Have
the
either of
ones
you
I'm
had
really sorry, go
have
ahead.
either of you had really bad Contest of Championship deployments yet with
I
that
haven't even played it
50-50?
in this edition.
Ah,
Never even played it.
I think that's the one risk is if you think that you're armies can be deployed entirely together, there's a big chance like half your warbands aren't even
Yeah.
or 12 inches away. I think it
Hmm.
Mhm.
makes the game incredibly risky. I think
Yeah.
it's like the deployment's riskier than Maelstrom, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I could totally see that. I could totally see that. That's why I wanted to guarantee at least Lobelia being there and also Rosie. But yeah, if I could flop hard with all my other war bands and get most of the Hobbit army behind me, then I would be playing a very much an uphill battle.
It also depends on the tables. How are our tables going to look, Richard?
Well, I'm leaving that up to Ian. He's the chief tables officer, so
Mm.
you can blame him if anything goes wrong.
You're putting Ian Max the Bows in charge of terrain. We're just going to have 15 empty tables.
Yeah, easy, right? We don't even have terrain. We just have
Hey,
mats.
hey, Ian, as someone who always takes 0 bows, I max the bows, so I should deserve a little bit of reward for this event, I guess. It's fun. Any other highlights we want to talk about the scenario choices? I kind of talked about my list, but is there anything that you're worried about or excited for, Eli?
I mean, I think I brought an army that fights. And so I'm really hoping to just run into the armies that die. And that would be wonderful. I
Yes.
think Blackgate really thrives if we can run into an army that has intelligence, bad intelligence, at least scattered around. Um, and it's kind of risky out there. So there's a lot of good intelligences on good. So it's
Hmm.
going to make it a little bit harder. So
With a majority of good lists.
yeah, hopefully, but tin cans fail. So
Yes. Going over the lists again, if you wouldn't mind, Richard.
Yeah.
Um, any other? So I noticed too, because I it was exciting to see Depths of Moria. Ironically, I don't see it anymore, and I still think it's up there as one of the best lists. Yes, it doesn't have the drum every turn, but I still think it's one of the best lists. And I saw that the list is pretty much my Clash on the Coast list, with the exception of he took a couple of bows.
He has a lot of prowlers. Did
Seven.
you have that
Oh
mouth?
no, I didn't have 21 prowlers. No, I had seven. So I
Oh,
guess a
no,
lot
no,
more
no.
prowlers.
it's
Not
12
21.
prowlers.
12 prowlers.
Oh, 12. Okay, yeah, I had seven. Sorry, I miscounted that. Um, yeah, I had 12. I had seven prowlers. He's got 12. So more prowlers. But the prowlers are, I mean, amazing. They're higher courage, I think. So they charge a little bit easier, terrifying things. They've got the backstabbers plus the two-handed, and the fight value buff off the Belrog. Very, very much worth it.
Yeah, it's still pretty solid.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think
I think
the
it's
taking that many bows when you have that many prowlers seems a little risky, though. I feel like
yeah,
I probably would have taken more shields just to have a little bit higher defense.
yeah,
So, I want to jump and look at the three defenders of the Pelennor, and then
yeah.
because it is kind of soupy, and I want to see which one you guys like better. So we
Okay.
have Lee Shan, Julian West, and Paul taking it. So we'll start with Paul here. So he's going with Aylmer as the leader. What do you guys think? Aylmer, Irolas, and a captain.
Um, not not necessarily the direction I would have gone, but Aomir's definitely cheaper, and he still gives you um a great 12-inch moving leader. He's got the Royal Guard,
So what I
Citadel
like about
Guard.
this is that like this is a very healthy cavalry contingent and
Yeah,
still hitting a decent model count, which I was
yeah,
actually quite surprised by.
yeah. So there's yeah, 8 plus Aomir and no other knights. Yeah, that is a healthy cavalry contingent, which I like.
I'm a little surprised by the dip into so many Citadel guards with longbows. Just because you only have six bows.
I do think this because this he is a newer player. This is his second tournament, so I think it might be a
Mm.
collection
Oh, okay.
limitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's but again, in looking at the scenarios, considering we have destroyed the supplies, you could have one of them sitting at each
Hmm.
with a bow. We
Yeah.
also have domination and sites of power, which although I think Sights of Power has darkness,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
yeah.
but I mean having a couple guys with bows isn't the worst thing to sit on objectives for these missions. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I do
I
think
take it all
if we
back.
hit like recon and destroy the supplies like back to back rounds, like that's going to be actually pretty big. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got the mobility for it. And still the bodies to lock down and play defense.
I think Aomer is a solid leader, especially with the. I mean, after like getting when he gets free hero combats. Uh, I don't
That's
know.
not it's the he gets one free hero combat in
Well,
this.
just, I
yeah,
mean,
one
it's still
free. Yeah,
free. It's still free.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
still
still
free.
free. Yeah.
I just don't know how Aomer shakes up killing other strong leaders, or maybe in contest of champions. I guess that's my one concern with him.
Yeah. Ironically, I'm sure we're going to see this in the other defenders because we talked about Immerhill so much. But ironically, for 25 more points, you get Immerhill with the Lance, although he doesn't have Horse Lord. So there's trade-offs. I kind of like, I don't mind, I don't hate it. Let's just say that. I don't hate it.
I think if you're choosing between one, I like Aomer just because you get the access to the Royal Guard
Mm,
and the Riders, which also have bows. So
Okay,
I think they're better than the Knights.
let's go
hmm.
to the other two, which both are the Immerhill variants.
Okay.
So first one we have Li Shan. He's also, I think, a newer player. Um, but yeah, getting on the Immerhill buff train. What do
Yeah.
we think?
It's
So it's
great.
31 models with the bolt thrower, which
Yeah,
is good.
5 Knights of Dormroth on, or 6 with the banner. That's
That is a lot. Yeah, that is a lot.
it's a
I,
heavy
I
cavalry contingent.
yeah, I really like the Avenger Bolt Thrower,
Yeah.
but probably I'd tap down the number of Warriors of Minas Tirith with bows.
He's also
Could
going
you?
with the double banner too, which is he's just loading
Yeah.
out on everything.
Yeah. Banner on Immerhill,
Well,
banner on the knight.
and
Oh,
banner on
and
Warrior
banner.
of
So
Minas
there's three
Tirith.
banners.
There's
Yeah.
Yeah, three banners.
is that a warband space issue though? Because
On
Ingold has 12 and Imril
It's
has
15, right?
14.
oh, I think he might
14,
be a
yeah.
legend in that list.
Oh, he might be a legend, which takes him up to 18.
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, I think probably drop one of those banners to get
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
couple.
more guys. And
I would maybe even take a warrior, a knight of Minas Tirith to have the banner on it, so
yeah,
it's a little cheaper.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you don't need a full Knight of Dolamra. I mean, cool looking model. Beautiful, I'm sure. Um, and also maybe a collection thing again, but where
yeah,
Minas Tirith with bow is just,
Yeah.
not
I
ideal.
think it has I think that might be a collection thing, yeah.
got all the style
Im
points though.
Immerhill is a legend in Defenders of Pelennor, so
Okay, so
yes.
he does have some space. And then also, I definitely do think Airlass in this current edition over
Mm.
Ingold like 95% of the time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Ingold gives you the just the really solid battle line, right? So I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you could take Ingle as just a very defensive second
mhm.
hero,
Yeah.
like because what was who's the other guy? Irlas.
Mhm.
Irlas
Yeah.
is lower defense, and the Citadel Guards are lower defense than the Warriors of Minas Tirith. Like
Yeah.
you lose out on that shield wall element.
Yeah, he's definitely very much going for the hammer and anvil tactic here.
Yeah.
I think it could go
Yep.
really well.
Yeah.
Definitely not as like flexible because I think the first
Yeah.
list had March with the
Yeah.
cavalry.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I think
Hey,
it's
interesting
a lot scarier though with the Avenger Bolt Thrower
both areas.
as
Yeah,
it's shooting.
Bolt
yeah.
thrower is scary. Yeah, looks fun.
And then we have Julian here, self-proclaimed best player on the island, apparently.
Ooh,
I'm gonna keep
trash.
saying that. He's gonna keep
Trash.
telling me that it's not the case, but pretty sure I've heard him say it. Pretty sure.
Oh, it's
90%
official.
sure.
You heard
Yeah,
it.
it's official, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's so bold. He's leaving a point on the field. You know,
He doesn't even need it.
649. He
He
doesn't need
just
650 to beat us.
that's how confident he is.
That's great. Well,
I
I'm so
don't
glad he can
think he
grace
can
us with
spend
this.
that point, but that doesn't matter.
So, to his list obviously is very, very scary because he's got the men at arms. He's got less cavalry, with only the three knights plus Imrahil, it looks like.
Mhm.
But the men at arms battle line, Hurin and Irolas. And Irolas, it's interesting that he went with all longbow, and the men at arms because
Yeah,
Irolas
I
is
don't
such
know
a
about that.
great support,
Yeah.
with the +1 to wound Citadel Guard.
Yeah.
I,
To me, optimal is always 6 and 6 there, just because you
mm,
can easily fight in your own battle line too in a Maelstrom setup,
Hmm.
and like they're equally as good, right? Like the
Yeah.
longbows are great, but the spears are excellent too.
I kind of see it in the sense that the rest of his army is pretty slow, and so with the
Mm,
bows, he can try to force you to attack like into
mm,
him. So maybe
yeah.
that's what he's going with there. Um,
Yeah.
but I also
I,
I think 6 and 6 is, or yeah, 6 and 6 I think is usually the better bet. Um,
but he
to be
also
a
has a
little
really
threat.
healthy model count with this many great hero choices. Yeah, and he's got the banner effects plus the actual banner. Oh, does he have an
11
actual banner?
pikemen.
Oh, he
Yeah. Is
doesn't have an
that
actual banner.
that's a that's
Oh,
that's a foot Hurin as well though, right? So
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I'm not sure I love Hurin currently, and especially foot Hurin. I don't
Yeah.
I
know.
think it's got like enough sneaky tricks because if you've got her in, then Imrahil can just
Yeah.
send
Hmm.
it
You
just to
you
kill
save some
things.
VPs, yeah.
Yeah, and you save some VPs. Um, so I mean, I like the kind of tech that it's got, and then you'll
Mhm.
he's also a free heroic combat that will probably go off, so
Mm,
you can
Yeah.
push your battle line.
Yeah. Definitely the highest hero quality of the three. Um, I the numbers are really solid too, but I'm just also thinking it's a lot of D5.
mm,
A lot of D5 for
yeah.
compared to the other two. The other two, at least half of the list is D6. This one could
Hmm.
be a little bit worrying, I would say.
Because he's only got how many was that, eight person with her, nine with her in like front
Mm,
line. So it's kind of a small battle line to have a pike block.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
it might struggle if it gets wrapped, especially if the
Yeah.
longbowmen are not with the battle line,
Yeah.
because then you're
But it's
losing
still,
missing a third of your troops.
but like in the end, it's still Immerhill's mounted.
Hmm.
36 models. You do have the 11 strength free bows. I mean, if it's not optimal, but maybe that's playing into his play style. But yeah, I mean, it looks fun too. I think I would have done what you were saying, Richard. I would have dropped Hurin for, I can't believe I'm saying this, but a captain. I would have, but maybe he's
Yes.
doubling down on the fact that
Yeah.
he wants those free hero combats to pop.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't see much of a difference between Hurin on foot versus a captain on foot because the captain on foot is also fight five.
Yep.
Um, so it's only a slight downgrade.
Yeah.
And you do get a few extra points back. So I think, yeah, I think this one, I really like the overall idea of it. But if if there's the captain swap and maybe a few more swaps to D6, I think this one
Mm,
would be the clear, like optimal in my opinion.
yeah. And I would also agree, drop to get half your Citadel Guard with Spear because that +1 to wound bonus is really, really good. And just having them plug in certain spots and give a +1 to wound is very, very good.
Mhm. So we'll
Fun,
see.
fun,
We'll
fun.
see which one is the best this weekend.
Yes.
I
It, it
I like this one.
yeah.
I just
I
worry, like part of it, looking at the objectives, it kind of looks like it wants to fight, but then with that number of bows, it looks like it's a concession for like playing the objective games and shooting. And so
mm,
it like I like this list the most, but it does feel like it's got a little bit of a split personality, and I wonder if it's because of
mm,
the objectives.
mm, playing the scenarios. Very fun. I did notice Rob's list. I wanted to highlight that one. I think it's his Clash on the Coast list.
Uh,
Um,
right, Celebrant,
Yeah,
Fields of
I think
Celebrant.
I think it's
yeah.
pretty similar.
Oh, it's back a little
Okay,
bit.
pass it.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there.
Other-
Yep. That is a heavy hitting cav force if I've ever seen it.
Let's break it down.
I think
Yeah.
it's gutsy.
So interesting choices. uh, Basically, so if anybody's not watching the screen, it's
Hmm.
Earl the Young with 18 sons, a king of men, horse lance, and a captain on horse. It is an all cav 21 model. And if anybody has not played with the Sons of Earl before, those are captain level hitting power. There's still only one wound, so they die easy. But if they win fights, which now that they're fight five and base two attacks, so three on the charge, they obliterate things.
Hmm.
And it's real fast.
Yep,
It's going to be
Re-
scary.
real
Yeah.
fast. The other list that I am sort of terrified of, and I think this is starting to become popular, is the Arnor lists. And I know Joey's bringing Arnor, and I think I saw a little Ian bringing Arnor as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
Um, Very similar lists, but these are just reliable Horde D6, Fearless. I don't know how many knights
Two, four,
Ian took.
5 nights here.
Five. And I think Joey took eight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think Joey's build is the one I took last edition to the Masters.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, this one I think is quite efficient.
It's very efficient. Very good.
If
Yeah,
it breaks, though, it just melts.
yeah, unless you have
Mhm.
Arvidui still around, but yeah, even still,
Yeah.
it
It's
it
hard to break
does
though. Very hard to break.
very hard to break. One thing Joey was saying though is he's surprised how many people can neutralize Melbeth.
Mhm.
So I don't know how many spellcasters are at this event. We noted Lothlorien. Obviously, I have Gandalf. There's one
There's a muster.
Saruman,
Yep.
Muster. Yeah. So there are some ways, but not as many I think as he feared of people being able to shut down Melbeth to keep those saves.
I think there's
Hmm.
only 7 or so casters because there's the Mouth in the Black Gate, there's the Witch King, there's Isengard, or there's Saruman, Gandalf, and then, yeah,
Double
Lothlorien.
casters from Lothlorien. Six.
And I guess Road
Hmm.
to Rivendell has pseudo shutdown
Yeah.
mechanics.
But I don't think that turns off active abilities, right? So I think he even in
Hmm.
that one, I think he still gets his saves.
Oh yeah, because they didn't take. Yep, Dario didn't take Tom Bombadil
Goldberry. Oh.
Oh,
or
okay.
Goldberry. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I don't think it's
those.
going to get shut down often unless it's killed.
Yeah, which it's very hard to kill him. Just FYI, very hard. Um, so the Arnor Reclamation
I,
of Osgiliath looks very very good. Road to Rivendell, Dario. Yep.
I wanted to take a look at Matthew S. Army of Dunland list.
Ooh yes.
Oh,
So big of a picture, it lost its
it got cut off.
it lost pixels. 43 models with Thryden, Wolfsbane on a horse, Gorl, Frida, and the Wildman Oathmaker, and
Hmm.
two Crebain,
Very good
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just a bunch of Dunland warriors and Wildmen.
Hmm.
Yeah. It can fight. This can
Is this going
fight.
to be an actual old all
Hmm.
the old metal army, or is it going to be a mix? I'm hoping it's all old metal, all those old Wildman sculpts.
I
That'd be
think he
fun.
does have some of the Max's MTM, but yeah, I think this could be a little bit of a dark horse. Matthew has been kind of performing at the local tournaments here and there, and he's been doing
Yeah.
well. So I'm kind of excited to see how he mans this.
It looks very strong. Obviously, Horde with mobility and Fearless is a very strong list. And
And their
Thryden's not
banners are
really a
six
slouch.
inches, right? Banners are six
Yeah,
Yeah.
inches in this army
Yeah.
list. Yeah.
yeah. And Thryden's good for like contests. He's a good leader, especially now that his two-handed weapon isn't really that much of a downside anymore in this edition.
Yeah. And then I mean the Crebain is still going to be like clutch and recon and destroy if we do play
Hmm.
those. So
Yeah, very good.
it's scary.
That's a good dark horse. Actually, my secret dark horse list that I'm kind of like, is actually going to be Ben Lacton's Army of
Ooh,
Adoras.
really?
Oh,
Coming out of his paternity leave.
I know. He scarred me so much with his tournament, just crushing me in tournaments. But actually, so this is 40 models with 11 bows. Still got a bunch of throwing spears. You still got 12 throwing spears with 11 bows. Helm on an armored horse is still a beast. He's still that guy. This one to me has a lot of potential. Yeah, it's low defense, but it still has a lot of. It's still 40 models for a good list.
I
is
I
this
just
is their army bonus that they get the extra dominant on their troops, or does Army of Edoras have anything?
I think it's they get on the charge, they can have call a turn of rerolls to wound. Like they have a big charge,
Oh, cool.
Um,
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Within 12 inches, their general must reroll failed to wound rolls when making strikes, and then protect the king whenever a friendly hero charges until the end of the turn. Friendly Rohan warrior models within 6 inches of them will automatically pass all courage tests they're required to take. So for the terror special
Cool.
rule. So pseudo, it's not as good as Farharad, but it's
Just by a
something.
bit.
Mostly, I just think it's a lot of shooting and throwing spears.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the Hama choice, but aside from that, I really do like the list. Like Leaf gives like a pseudo march and
Mm,
in addition to like other stuff too, so that's nice. But I might have gone with one of the three attack choppy heroes that Army of Edoras gets access to. Yeah, you probably go down to mid 30s, but like I think that'd be kind of scary going Helm
yeah,
and like a secondary three attack hero.
yeah.
Oh, well, but those guys would be like another. Are you buying a horse for the secondary hero as well? Because
Mm,
looking at the army list, like Hama is 70, and then the
yeah,
next two choppy heroes are
a
100, and
hundred,
that's
right?
without a horse. So they're looking at
Mm,
120,
that is a, I guess
125.
that is a big difference. I guess then you would have to like go without Leaf if you
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
like, yeah,
I think he's trying to use him as like a half Legolas.
yeah.
Because he's
Hmm.
sharpshooter 3 plus some shooting
Hmm.
bonuses. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Rohan foot seems to be, on the rise. Rohan Summer.
As someone who's piloting a bunch of D3, seeing that many throwing spears that also throw 8 inches, strength 3, yeah, not it was like, eh.
All right. Well, since this is the Durin show, we got to get the
Yes,
opinion on Khazad-dûm here. Since you're not taking it,
he
I'll let
almost
you
was there. He was almost there,
as the only
so
Durin
close.
player at this
Yep,
tournament.
which is sad.
You
So
can
what did
tell
he
it's a
do wrong?
Durin player because they carved their list in stone, as you can see.
Yes.
Is it the
So
Tempos?
it's the 10 bows. It's he took Durin and then he gave up on everything else. No, it's a grid list. Martin is a very interesting choice. I like Martin, especially this edition. He's way better than he was last edition. You can actually use him, but that being said, I think I'd rather have a king than Martin. The free combats is nice, and the troll bonuses and the monster bonuses are okay. It's mostly about the free combats, but I still like. I think I like a king or another captain better.
And then also just the one Iron Guard.
Yeah,
I would prefer to have a few because they're very good.
yeah. I'm actually surprised by his model count. Having 3 heroes and still hitting 33 models is good, but I think that's just showing that he's got a lot of D5 rangers
The
and
Hearthguard
not a
are the
lot of elites.
upgraded guys, right?
Yeah, seven Hearthguard. Yeah,
It's
yeah. No,
still a lot of bodies.
it's still a lot of bodies, and it's a lot of Dob 2 bodies. So it's a good list. It's a very good list. I should be watching out for this one too. I just don't like dwarves with bows.
Would
It's
if you
unnatural.
swap them out, would you just be taking Dwarf Warriors?
Yeah.
Would you just 1-to-1 swap
Yeah.
those guys?
Yeah. It's so I think 650 is tough for my build of Casa Doom. I like it better at
Yeah.
700. My build of Casa Doom 650 doesn't really work. That's why I haven't brought it out at 650. Because I like more elite style. So if you're playing this style with a bunch of spam and the warriors, yeah, this works. This makes sense. I'm actually that's why I'm surprised you can fit three heroes in. Because every time I try to fit three heroes in with my Iron Guard and Hearth Guard, I yeah, I can't fill out the bodies very well. But those dwarf bows are very good. Those dwarf longbows.
Bet you it hurts to say that, eh, Mitchell?
Yes, it does. I was this close. I was this close to being like, you know what? I'll do it. And I was gonna take 15 dwarf longbows to this event. And I was just like, let's double down. I was gonna take a king
Yeah.
and two captains and just as many dwarf rangers as possible.
Yeah.
And I
It might
looked
have
at
been too
myself and was
strong.
like,
Might
I
have
was
been too
like,
strong.
I'm not this guy yet. Like, yeah, I'll be toxic with the Shire, but I'm not this guy yet. Put it back down.
So, how many bows did you end up taking, Mitchell? Just since you didn't want to bring 15.
I brought 17.
Ah,
They're hobbit bows, so they're like half a bow, right?
Yeah, they're like half a bow. And all the throwing spirit or all the throw stones don't really count either because they're just strength one. So, any other lists? I like the Shadows of Angmar. So I'm looking at how many hero monsters there are, and actually,
Yeah.
I'm only seeing like four, I
The
think. So the Bjornings,
Bjornings.
Depths, and Shadows of Angmar.
and Blackgate because you
Oh, and
got the
Blackgate.
the
Yeah, yeah.
beefy chiefy.
Yep. So two of those. So okay. So yeah. So there's six.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the counter pick of Muster of Isengard? It seems like this one is usually trying to like anticipate for the men armies in the meta.
Mm.
There are a lot
Uh,
of men armies.
there are.
Yeah,
Can
the
we open
top
that list?
top couple here. Yeah, Tristan.
And Tristan's also a very good player.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you got the Saruman, the Grima, and a captain.
He has a lot of
33
berserkers.
models.
12 berserkers. It is the
Ugh,
berserkers.
that is a lot of berserkers.
I think we have 15 armies that have men in them. So it's going to
Okay, so
be
more than
like
half. A
more than
little more
half the
than
field
half.
has men. So that's going to be pretty. And I didn't count like Blackgate that has the mouth.
Mouth, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
Yeah,
lost.
he's straight countered, Eli.
uh,
he was coming after you.
I
Um,
think it's going to be sneaky. I think if it gets a good draw of like men throughout, I think it'll all do extra well.
yeah,
Hmm.
I
I
just
think
think
it'll
like
it.
it's got some tough draws that aren't men.
Yeah, I think it'll be the scenario, right? It's gonna be a little bit scenario dependent. Um, because like I could see in the kill scenarios, like we have three kills, potentially three kills, right? Those are going to be amazing for it. But if you don't get any of the kill scenarios and instead you're playing the other ones, more of like spread out
Yeah.
maneuver, I think it will be a little bit harder for that one because you don't have super mobility. Yeah, you have Grima, but and you have the captain with a march, but the ones where you have to fight on three different fronts. I'm thinking of like sites of power or maybe even reconnoiter, depending on what happens, destroy the supplies or breakthrough. Like potentially you could be trying to fight on three different fronts. And I don't think it likes to do that as much. But on the other hand, on the flip side, you could be playing contest or champions to the death and Lords of Battle and just be loving life.
Yeah, like having played this recently,
Uh,
I think it's strong, but it's not like I would say like crazy. I don't think it's at the top of the meta right now. I think the reason being it's like solid enough into most things, and then against men it's excellent, but it's I think it's more like well-rounded. Like it's not gonna like yeah, destroy anything like straight up.
Mm,
That's like well-rounded or like well built, you know.
mm,
And even against in a kill scenario, I know you were saying it's very strong, but if it comes up against like the Lothlorien, I would be like very worried in a kill scenario. So
mm,
I think
yeah,
it'll also struggle against any like even though Rob has men, they're so fast and
yeah,
the ability to be both tie the fight with the berserkers and get around and pull off pikes and threaten Saruman and just chew through the regular Uruk-hai warriors. is
Mm,
is going to be dangerous.
yeah.
That would
Because
be a
great,
spicy matchup because that would be like whoever hits like wins the first like fight phase would win the game because they're
Yeah.
both blowing each other up, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
That would
I,
be.
I mean, but I think Rob has like I think he can just call a couple of heroic fights, and Saruman can only shut down one hero,
Yeah.
and all of his heroes are combating around the backside.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that turn that Rob does go in, he's gonna call the Earl Death or whatever, but the reroll all fail to wound rolls it with the fight five buff and
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Grima sucks, but yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm curious to see how it does.
Yeah. This captain does have the ability to strike up too as well. So it's like a
Oh right. Oh yeah, yeah.
mini hitter. Yeah. So
And they get the
it's a
free
cool
march at the
list.
start of the game too, right?
Yeah. Except for funny enough, the scenarios that you need it, Maelstrom and Recon.
Oh, okay. So you don't get
Because
it.
so you don't get in those ones, which you kind of want.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be a really cool army ability to be able to march a free march before you enter. I mean, it'd be cool.
Yeah. 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 Just need
All
a
right.
rat up.
The last one I kind of want to look at too is Jake's. Because I know Jake's a great player. He's done really, really well. He's very competitive. I'm curious about his list.
Okay, so maybe some influence from Articon. Um,
Maybe. Uh, Jake, get some new material. I wish you were more original. I say this because I know he's been building this list for the last 6 months, and just to have Articon take all his thunder. Yeah, get some new material. Yeah, no, very good. Boromir, we just saw obviously Articon. The sharing between the heroes, I think, is underrated. Sharing all the might will fate between the brothers, very underrated, and it's a very very it's low model count, but it hits so hard, and it's also mostly D7, I think, in Shield
he's,
Wall.
he's got that token Osgiliath vat here.
Yeah, I call this we have Men of the West at home. You've got your off-brand Aragorn and Boromir. You've got your fight 4.5. You got the tin cans. Faramir shoots,
Yep,
maybe.
Madril shoots. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I
Yeah,
like
you
it.
got the
Five knights.
it's very flexible. I think that's why
Mm,
this list works. In the kill scenarios, it can kill. In the obviously Maelstrom, you have Madril. The maneuvering, he helps a lot with that stuff. Because you have two great heroes, you want them to fight side by side, but you can fight on two fronts with those two. Yeah, I like it.
I think it's just got to really lean on those heroes because you only got 28 models. This was ran a
Yeah.
lot at Adepticon at 750, and
hmm
I think they basically these three heroes you just now fill out the war bands, and that
Hmm.
was that was a decent threat. So I'm excited to see how this does. I'm just 650, 28 models, Madril's all alone,
Yeah,
wandering
the
through the
20
woods.
yeah, the 28 models is a little bit lower than I'd like it to be, but I still think I just Boromir on horse with the +1 to wound, giving out the once per game +1 to wound,
Yeah.
and the fight 4.5. Very good.
How did
So
the other person run it?
the
Oh,
other
there it
one,
is. She looks like you
still low.
dropped some knights for more bodies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also less so no Osgiliath that um although I think he has no, he has less bows, so less rangers.
The
Yeah.
one
Only
Osgiliath
two
vet,
knights here.
is that just for better courage so that they can sit on a back objective?
What is?
Is the one Osgiliath vet with a bow?
I
Do
I
they
think
do they
it's
have a
the
better courage?
it might, but I think it's strictly because he was probably at 649 and he couldn't stand it. So he went with an Osgiliath vet to fill it out to 650. That's my guess.
And I think he wants to be a little different. Classic Jake.
No, it's not true. Actually, this only proves that he's copying Articon because
Oh,
I
that one
believe
had a
he had
Osgiliath vet.
Osgiliath vets in his list as well.
Jake, come on. Don't make it
Oh,
so
Uh,
I
obvious, man.
Jake the copycat. That's all it is. No, no, it's very fun. Well, thanks again, Richard, for showing us all the lists and everything. We're very excited for the weekend. It's obviously going to be a great time. I'm excited to hang out. I have to do a better showing this year than I did last year because last year, Richard accused me of being wooden spoon last year. I was that bad.
I thought it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
But it was
You were,
close
it
enough that the
was
mistake
close,
was
yeah.
believable. Like I was down there. It was not good. I was like, okay, I need redemption.
No, man, I'm excited to make it. I wasn't able to make it last year because there's too many things in August. You should move the date.
No, I'm very excited. Excited to see everybody. And we'll see which list reigns supreme. I do think it's going to be a very competitive event, but also fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited to just sit back, watch you guys fight each other to the death and maybe have a beer or two. So
To the
Yeah,
thanks for
death
being a team.
confirmed.
To the death come every round.
every round to the death. That's fun. Then I should have taken Durin. OP. No, right on. Thanks again. I appreciate it. I'll try to get this out, and thanks for everybody who's still listening.
Thanks for chatting with us, Richard.
Thanks for having me.